Good morning, it's Wednesday, June 17th. I'm Sharon, and this is Luxury Spending from Alt FNDATA, your weekly roundup of where the money is going across the luxury market. What a record-breaking week it has been for watches and jewelry. Let's get into it. Luxury Spending is brought to you by Alt FNDATA, the market intelligence platform for the luxury markets and the public companies behind them. Get access to the most insightful dashboards, reports, and research so you can keep your finger on the pulse of the market. Learn more at altfndata.com/start. Watches, a record-breaking week. We have to start with watches because the last 7 days may be the strongest stretch the auction market has ever seen. Phillips held the highest-grossing watch auction in U.S. history at its New York sale, totaling $75.8 million, with every single lot sold. The headline result was an FP Journe that went for $13.9 million, a new record for a watch by an independent watchmaker. And the independents kept making news all week. At that same Phillips sale, 4 watches by the independent maker, Kari Voutilainen, each broke the $1 million barrier. And a celebrity lot drew attention too. A FP Journe, once owned by the quarterback Tom Brady, sold for $960,000. The takeaway is clear. Collectors are paying record sums not just for the big Swiss maisons, but for the small independent workshops that make only a few hundred watches a year. The week also brought a major loss. Philippe Stern, the former president of Patek Philippe and the man behind the Nautilus, died at the age of 87. He was one of the most influential figures in modern watchmaking, and the tributes across the industry this week have been a reminder of how much the modern auction market owes to the brand he built. Rolex and the retail bet. Now, one of the biggest names in watches, Rolex, made 2 kinds of news this week. First, on price. Rolex raised the prices of its gold watches by about 5%, its second increase this year, as the gold price keeps climbing to records. And second, on retail. The retailer Bucherer has opened 3 new Rolex boutiques in the space of a month, including what it says is the most high-end Rolex boutique in the world. At a moment when a lot of retail luxury demand has cooled, Rolex and its retail partners are betting big on physical stores. Jewelry, the top keeps rising. The jewelry market told the same story as watches. The very top of the market is on fire. The Christie's Magnificent Jewels sale in New York totaled $49.7 million and was 100% sold by lot. It was led by a 31.62-carat diamond called the Azure Blue, which sold for more than $8 million. These results are not one-offs. Earlier this spring, the same kind of Christie's Jewels sale in Geneva produced a Chaumet sapphire ring that sold for $3.5 million. We also have the Ocean Dream, a spectacular colored diamond ring that sold for $17.4 million at Christie's in Geneva. If you're looking for more insights on the top jewelry and gems auction records, the Alt FNDATA database provides deep coverage for your research. In talent news, Marie-Laure Sered, who was most recently the creative director for watches and jewelry at Cartier, is moving to lead Chanel's jewelry creation studio. She spent about 14 years leading artistic direction at Harry Winston before returning to Cartier in 2016, so this is a heavyweight hire for Chanel. She starts in October 2026, and Piaget unveiled a new 65-piece high jewelry collection called Extravaganza, built around the gold and the gem set dials of its ultra-thin watches. Consumer mood. So, the top of the market is booming, but step down from the trophies and the picture is more mixed. That tension is really the story of luxury spending right now. The clearest example is in handbags. The Wall Street Journal asked this week whether the luxury handbags heyday is over, pointing to an $8 billion slide in sales as shoppers rethink how much they will pay for a designer bag. At the same time, the French department store Printemps is making a deliberate bet on discovering new designers on the theory that shoppers are tiring of what it calls normalized luxury, the same logos and the same bags everywhere. People still want to spend, in other words, but they increasingly want something different. You can see the big luxury players adjusting to that. A new fund backed by LVMH and a group of professional athletes is putting nearly $50 million into the activewear label Roback, a sign of luxury money pushing into performance and athleisure wear. And there is a clear appetite for the stories behind the brands. The personal archives of two legendary designers are heading to auction. Around 1,000 sketches by Karl Lagerfeld at Sotheby's, and the long-hidden personal archive of Martin Margiela. One for the seller, and one last result that captures the mood. A single bottle of rare Japanese whiskey, a Yamazaki 50-year-old, sold for about $1 million in Hong Kong this week, a record for the category. Whether it is a watch, a diamond, or a bottle of whiskey, the pattern is the same. At the very top, collectors are still paying record prices. Closing. That is luxury spending for Wednesday, June 17th. I'm Sharon from Alt FNDATA. If you want to go deeper on the numbers behind today's show, the Alt FNDATA Market Index and datasets track results across watches, jewelry, and the wider luxury market. Get started at altfndata.com/start or reach us anytime at info@altfndata.com. If you love the show, please follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you in the next one.